She was a poor nurse with nothing, yet every morning she treated and helped a sick homeless woman. But one day, something strange happened. A billionaire showed up at her door. Who was this billionaire? And what was his true connection to the sick woman? Sit back and find out as we delve into this touching story. In the far end of a quiet, forgotten part of Zuma City, morning light crept slowly into an unfinished building. The place smelled of dust and cold wind. In one dark corner, on the bare cement floor, an elderly woman lay flat, shaking. Her teeth hit each other from the cold. Her hands were weak. Her breath was slow and painful. Her name was Veronica. She had not always lived like this. She once had a small, simple life with her son Josiah, a young man who worked very hard to make a living. They shared a modest apartment. They were not rich, but they had peace. And Josiah also had a fiancée, Vanessa. She looked gentle, she smiled often, and she spoke softly. Veronica liked her. Josiah had big dreams. He wanted a better life for his mother. One evening he sat with her and said, "Mother, I want to travel abroad, so I can work and take better care of you and Vanessa." Veronica looked worried. "My son, must you go that far?" she asked. Josiah held her hand. "Mother, it's for us. I will send money. Vanessa will help you receive it. You don't need to worry." Veronica trusted him, and she trusted Vanessa. Months later, Josiah completed his travel papers. At the airport, he hugged his mother tightly. "Mother, I love you. I will call you. I will take care of you." Veronica's eyes were wet. "May God protect you, my son." Vanessa stood beside her, smiling sweetly. "Don't worry, Mama. I will take care of everything." Josiah walked away and disappeared into the crowd, full of hope for the future. For 5 years, everything seemed fine. Josiah sent money for food, for medicine, and even for the rent. Because Veronica could not use a phone, all the calls came through Vanessa's phone. Veronica and Josiah spoke from time to time. But slowly, things began to change. Vanessa became cold. She stopped smiling. She stopped giving Veronica the money Josiah sent. One day Veronica asked, "Vanessa, my daughter, Josiah has not called this week. Is he fine?" Vanessa rolled her eyes. "He said things are hard there. He cannot talk now. He cannot send money." Veronica felt her heart sink. "But I hope he is fine." "Well," Vanessa said, "he will be fine." Veronica became quiet. Something was wrong. Soon, Vanessa started laughing on the phone at night. She dressed differently. She stayed out late. She no longer cooked. She no longer cared if Veronica ate or not. Then one afternoon, Vanessa left the house saying she wanted to buy something. When she returned, she came back with a young man, handsome and strong. He held Vanessa by the waist. Veronica stood up slowly from the plastic chair she usually sit on. "Vanessa, who is this man?" Vanessa laughed loudly. "Mama Veronica, mind your own business." Veronica's eyes widened. "But, my son, Josiah, you are engaged to him. Please." Vanessa waved her hand. "That one? Let him stay abroad. I have moved on." The young man kissed Vanessa's cheek right in front of Veronica. Veronica covered her mouth in shock. Then Vanessa walked into the room, packed her clothes in her bags. When she was done, she looked at Veronica and said with a wicked smile, "Please help me tell Josiah thank you. His money helped me and my new man enjoy life." Veronica's hands shook. "Vanessa, after all my son did for you?" Vanessa walked out with her lover, laughing as they held hands. The moment the door closed, Veronica fell to her knees and cried, "Oh God, help me! How will I tell my son? How will I even reach him?" She had no phone. She had no number. She had nothing. Months passed. Veronica waited. She prayed. She hoped Josiah would return soon, but what arrived instead was the landlord. He knocked hard on the door and shouted, "Old woman, where is your rent? It has not been paid for months." Veronica trembled. "My son, he sent money. Vanessa, she used to pay." "Well, she didn't," the landlord snapped. "Pack your things and leave today." And that was how Veronica was thrown out. She walked the streets of Zuma with a small bag. She had nowhere to go. She was hungry. She was tired. She slept beside closed shops and anywhere the night allowed, until she found this unfinished building. A place with no roof, no door, only cold wind and empty blocks. Now she lay there that morning, after 5 months of barely surviving through begging and eating whatever she finds, shivering, weak, alone. Her voice was soft and shaky. God, please, help me. The cold pressed into her bones. Her breathing became slow. Her body trembled harder. No one knew she was there. No one knew she was sick. No one knew she needed help. But destiny was not done with her yet. But Veronica did not know that. She only had one hope left. Please, someone, help me, she said. There was no way for her to reach her son. She was not educated, so she could not use a phone. This was why her son never bought her one. He believed he could always reach his mother through Vanessa's phone, because he trusted Vanessa to give the phone to his mother any time he called. He never knew Vanessa would one day abandon her. That same morning, not too far away, a young lady named Olivia hurried down a dusty path. She was dressed in a clean nurse uniform, and worry filled her face. It was her first week working at a small local clinic in the remote part of Zuma City, and she was almost late. Olivia was the first daughter in a family of 5. Her parents had worked very hard to send her to school. They sold things, took extra jobs, and prayed for her every day. Olivia did not disappoint them. She studied well and graduated with a good degree in nursing. After school, she left her parents' house to live on her own. Life became very hard. She searched for a job for a long time. Many times she went to bed hungry. Many times she cried quietly, telling herself she would not give up. Then finally, she got a job at a local clinic. It was a small place. It was not the kind of hospital she dreamed about, but it was something. And she was grateful. That morning, she woke up very early. She prepared quickly and stepped outside, walking fast. She kept checking her wristwatch as she moved. "Oh no, time is going," she said softly to herself. "I must not be late today." The clinic was still far, so she decided to take a shortcut. She turned into a narrow road where many abandoned buildings stood. Some had broken walls, some had no doors. The place looked empty and forgotten. Olivia kept walking fast. Then she slowed down. She had heard something. A faint sound, like someone breathing in pain. A small, weak groan. She stopped and looked around. At first she thought she was imagining things, but then she heard it again. Soft, shaky, and painful. "What is that?" Olivia whispered. Her heart beat faster, but not from fear, from concern. Why would someone be in pain here? She asked herself. Who could be inside these empty buildings? She stood still for a moment. She knew she was late for work. She knew her supervisor would be angry if she came late again. But she also knew something else. A nurse does not walk away from someone who might be dying. Olivia took a deep breath and followed the sound. She walked into the unfinished building. Dust rose under her shoes. The air was cold. She stepped carefully, listening. The sound became clearer. A soft, heavy breathing. A groan full of pain. She followed it into a small dark room. What she saw made her eyes widen. An elderly woman, Veronica, lay flat on the floor, shaking and helpless. Olivia rushed toward her at once. All thoughts of work disappeared. "Ma, can you hear me?" Olivia said as she went on her knees. Veronica did not answer. Her body was cold. Her hands were stiff. Her breathing was weak. Olivia quickly touched her neck to feel her pulse. "Oh no, this is not good," she said, her voice trembling. She removed her small bag and brought out a clean cloth, placing it gently on Veronica's forehead. "Ma, please stay with me," Olivia whispered. "I am here. I will help you. Please, hold on." Veronica's lips moved slowly. "Help," she whispered, her voice almost gone. Olivia held her hand. "I will, Ma. Just stay with me." Olivia looked around. The place was empty. No neighbors, no one to call, no help anywhere. She looked down at Veronica again. I cannot leave you here, she said softly. And right there, in that cold, forgotten building, Olivia made a promise in her heart. She would not let this woman die. Not today. Not like this. Olivia knelt beside Veronica, holding her cold hand. Her mind was running fast. She looked at the woman. What do I do now? She whispered. She tried lifting Veronica, but the woman was too weak and too heavy for her alone. Oh no, I cannot carry her. I cannot even drag her. She looked outside the building. The narrow road was empty. No people, no cars, no help. If I go to the main road to look for someone, I may not see anybody. And if I leave her here too long, she may die. She pressed her hand on her forehead, worried. Then she made a decision. I must run to the clinic. They will help. They must help. She stood up quickly and whispered to Veronica, Ma, please hold on. I will come back. I promise. Just stay alive. Veronica blinked slowly, her voice faint. Please, don't leave me. Olivia squeezed her hand gently. I will be back, Ma. I will not leave you. Then she turned and ran out of the building. Her feet hit the ground fast as she moved through the empty road. Her breath was heavy. Her heart was tight with fear. She kept praying silently. God, please keep her alive till I return. Please. When she finally reached the clinic, her face was filled with sweat. Standing at the entrance was her supervisor, Matron Grace, with her arms crossed and a stiff, serious face. Matron Grace frowned. Nurse Olivia, why are you just coming? You are late. Olivia didn't even answer the question. She moved forward and shouted, Matron, please! There is an emergency! An elderly woman is dying in an abandoned building. Please, we need help now! Matron Grace's eyes opened wide. What? Where? Not far from here! Please, we need the ambulance! We need to bring her now! For a moment, the matron looked shocked. Then she turned to the other nurses. Prepare the small ambulance! Move now! Within minutes, the old small clinic ambulance started. 2 nurses and a driver followed Olivia as she guided them back through the narrow road. When they reached the unfinished building, the nurses hurried inside. The moment they saw Veronica lying weak on the floor, they rushed to help. Lift her gently, Olivia said. Together they carried Veronica out and placed her carefully inside the ambulance. Olivia held Veronica's hand all the way. Ma, you will be fine. We are taking you to the clinic. Please stay with me. Veronica's eyes opened slowly, then closed again. Hold on, Ma. Please hold on, Olivia whispered. When they got to the clinic, they moved her straight into a ward. Nurses began treatment at once, checking her temperature, giving her fluids, warming her body, and doing everything they could. But as all this was going on, Olivia heard her name. Nurse Olivia, come to my office. Now. It was Matron Grace. Olivia followed her quietly. Her heart beat fast again, but this time for a different reason. Inside the office, Matron Grace sat down, her face serious. You came late today, she said. This is your first week. This is not good. Olivia lowered her head. I know, Ma. I'm sorry. I truly am. But I could not leave that woman to die. She was alone. She was helpless. I had no choice. Matron Grace was silent for a moment. Then she sighed. Olivia, I am not angry that you helped someone. You did the right thing. But you must not come late again. Not even once. We have rules here. Do you understand? Olivia nodded politely. Yes, Ma. I understand. I am very sorry. It will not happen again. Matron Grace looked at her for a long moment. Then she nodded slowly. Good. You may go. Continue with your work. And keep an eye on that elderly woman. Olivia bowed her head again. Thank you, Ma. As she stepped out of the office, her heart felt lighter. She had saved a life. She did not know that this simple act would soon change her own life in ways she never saw coming. Meanwhile, far away in another country, a young man sat in his office with a worried look on his face. It was Josiah. His phone was in his hand. He kept staring at the screen. Why has Vanessa not been picking my calls? He whispered to himself. He tried again. The call failed. This is strange. Mother always picks when she hears Vanessa's phone ring. Why can't I reach them? He tried again and again. Still nothing. He stood up from his chair slowly, fear rising in his chest. What is going on back home? He had no idea that his mother was lying in a cold clinic bed, fighting to survive, and that his world was about to change. Hours after Veronica was brought into the clinic, the medicines began to work slowly in her body. The cold in her bones started to ease a little. The room was quiet. The soft sound of a small ceiling fan filled the air. Then Veronica's eyes opened weakly, blinking as she tried to understand where she was. The white ceiling, the clean smell, the soft bed. Nothing looked familiar. She turned her head a little. Beside her, on a small chair, sat a young lady in a neat white nurse uniform. Her eyes were gentle. Her face looked tired but calm. Veronica's voice came out very soft. "My child, where am I?" Olivia leaned forward at once. "Ma, you are in the clinic. You fainted in an abandoned building. But you are safe now." Veronica stared at her for a moment, trying to remember. Then she whispered, "Are you the one who helped me?" Olivia smiled gently. "Yes, Ma. I am the one. My name is Olivia. I am the nurse who found you." Veronica looked at her with weak eyes filled with gratitude. "God bless you, my child. If not for you, I don't know what would have happened to me." Olivia touched her hand softly. "Ma, please don't think about that now. I'm just glad you are awake. How do you feel?" Veronica breathed slowly. "My body is weak, but I can talk now. Thank you, my child." Olivia nodded slowly. Then she asked in a calm voice, "Ma, do you have any family we can call? Maybe someone who can come and help with your bills?" Veronica shook her head weakly. "No, I have no one here. My only son traveled outside the country. I don't know how to reach him. The girl he left me with, she left me too." Her eyes filled with tears as she spoke. Olivia's heart dropped. She looked at the old woman's thin hands, her weak face, her tired eyes. "So, you have no one else?" she asked softly. "No one," Veronica whispered. "Only my son. But he doesn't know where I am. He doesn't know what has happened to me. I don't even know how to reach him." Olivia took a deep breath. She felt a sharp pain of worry in her chest. "Oh no, how will she pay her bills?" she thought silently. "This clinic is small, but treatment is still not free. What do I do now?" She did not want Veronica to see her fear, so she forced a small smile. "Ma, please rest. I will be right back. I just want to check something." Veronica nodded slowly. "Thank you, my child. Thank you for not leaving me." Olivia stood up from the chair. For a moment she looked at Veronica lying weakly on the bed. Her heart felt heavy. She whispered softly, only to herself, "God, how will this woman survive?" Then she walked out of the room. Inside the ward, Veronica turned her head gently toward the small window. The sky outside was bright and calm. Birds flew past slowly. Her eyes filled with tears as she whispered, "My son, wherever you are, please come home." She placed her hands together weakly. "Father, please help him find me. Please don't let me die like this." Her voice faded into soft, painful silence. She closed her eyes again, praying, hoping, waiting for a miracle she could not see yet. The day moved slowly in the clinic. Olivia tried her best to focus on her work. She checked patients, wrote reports, cleaned small wounds, and submitted files to the front desk. But even as she smiled at people and did her duties, her mind kept drifting back to one place, the ward where Veronica lay. Every time Olivia passed the hallway, she found herself stopping for a moment, looking toward Veronica's door. "She is so helpless," Olivia whispered in her heart. "How will she survive? Who will pay her bills?" But she pushed the thoughts aside and continued her work. Later that evening, after a long, tiring day, Olivia finally walked home. Her area was a poor part of the city, small one-room houses, dusty streets, and dim lights. When she reached her doorpost, her heart dropped. A white paper was pasted on her door. She stepped closer and read it. Electricity disconnected. You owe 2 months' bill. Olivia closed her eyes in sadness. She touched the paper gently and sighed. Oh no. Not again, she whispered. She opened the door to her small room. The place was dark. The only light came from the street outside. She sat on her old wooden chair, thinking deeply. God, when will my life get better? She said softly. She looked around the tiny room, her thin bed, her small table, the things she had struggled to buy. Tears gathered in her eyes. I work so hard, but everything still feels difficult. Just then, her phone rang. It was her parents. She wiped her eyes quickly and answered with a small smile. Hello, Mummy. Hello, Daddy. Her mother's voice came first. My daughter, how are you? Olivia forced her voice to sound calm. Mummy, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I'm doing well. But her mother sighed sadly. We are trying here, my daughter. Things are hard for us too. Feeding your siblings, sending them to school. We are doing our best. Olivia closed her eyes. She wanted to tell them how hard life has been for her. She wanted to cry, but she didn't want to add to their pain. Mummy, everything will be fine, she said softly. God is watching us. Things will get better soon. Her father spoke next. We believe you, my daughter. Be strong. We are praying for you. Thank you, Daddy. After the call ended, Olivia sat still for a long time. Her heart felt weak. When will this suffering stop? She whispered to herself. She leaned back on her bed, thinking deeply. Then her mind went back to Veronica, the old woman alone. No family. She sighed and lay down on her bed. Even though her life was hard, even though she was tired and broken, she felt happy she had helped Veronica that morning. At least I saved someone today, she whispered. Slowly, her eyes closed. 4 days passed. High up in the sky, inside a quiet airplane, a young man sat by the window with fear in his eyes. It was Josiah. His fingers kept tapping his leg. His eyes were worried. His mind was heavy. Mother, what is going on? Why is Vanessa not picking my calls? He whispered to himself. It had been 6 long years since he left the country in search of a better life. He remembered everything clearly. 2 years after he traveled, life abroad was hard. He worked small jobs, washing plates, sweeping floors, packing boxes, just to send something home. But the money was never enough. He felt ashamed. My mother deserves better. Vanessa deserves better, he always said. Then he made a bold decision. He gathered the little money he had saved and started a small cleaning business. It was nothing big, just him, cheap tools, and hope. He moved from house to house, cleaning for rich families. One afternoon, he cleaned the house of a wealthy man named Mr. Robert. After the job, Mr. Robert approached him. Young man, sit down, please, he said. Josiah sat, confused. Mr. Robert smiled. I have been watching you. You work with care. You work with pride. I like that. But tell me, who owns this cleaning business? Josiah swallowed. Sir, it is mine. It is small, but I am trying. Mr. Robert laughed softly. Trying? My boy, you are doing more than trying. You have something many people don't have. Hard work. Let me help you. I want to invest in your business, and I will help you register it properly. This business can grow big, very big. Those words changed everything. Months later, the registration was complete. Then, through Mr. Robert's influence, Josiah won a government cleaning contract for the whole western region of the country. A long-term contract, a life-changing contract. Money came in more than he ever dreamed of. He became wealthy, very wealthy. Big houses, cars, workers. His life transformed. But one thing did not change. His love for his mother. And now, he didn't know how to reach her. So he could no longer stay in the dark. He needed to travel home to know exactly what happened to Vanessa and his mother, and to know why Vanessa was no longer taking his calls. He wanted to be sure that nothing bad had happened to either of them. So he made all the necessary plans and began his journey back home. Josiah's voice shook as he spoke quietly inside the plane. "Mother, I promised to take care of you. I promised I would never fail you." What happened? The plane landed in Zuma. A black SUV waited outside the airport. Josiah entered the car quickly. The driver drove off. Josiah's heart beat faster with every mile. He had no idea how much pain his mother had been through. That same evening at the clinic, Olivia finished treating patients. She was tired. As she walked toward the door to go home, she heard a low noise coming from Veronica's ward. She stopped and listened. "Please, I don't have money, please." It was Veronica's voice. Olivia hurried to the ward. Inside, 2 nurses stood beside Veronica. One of them spoke sharply. "Mama, you have to pay your bill. You have stayed 4 days now. You must pay." Veronica shook her head weakly. "Please, I don't have anything. I beg you, please." Olivia stepped forward. "What is going on here?" One nurse replied, "Her bill is due. She must pay." Olivia felt her chest tighten. She walked out quickly and went straight to Matron Grace's office. She knocked once and stepped inside. "Ma, please, I want to talk about the elderly woman I brought in." Matron Grace looked up. "Yes? What is it, Olivia?" Olivia took a deep breath. "Ma, please remove her medical bill from my salary. Give me half of my salary every month and use the other half to pay for her treatment. I beg you. She has no one. She will die if we send her away. Please." Matron Grace's face softened. "Olivia, your salary is small. It cannot cover this bill. It will take a long time." Olivia nodded quickly. "Then take it for a long time, Ma. Take it for as long as needed. I don't care. Please, help her." The matron looked at Olivia with surprise and pity. After a long silence, she finally said, "It is against the clinic policy. But I understand, and I see your heart. I will approve it." Olivia's eyes filled with relief. "Thank you, Ma. Thank you very much." Matron Grace signed the paper and handed Olivia the proof of payment. Olivia hurried back to Veronica's ward. She walked inside and held up the paper. "Her bill has been cleared," she said firmly. The nurses looked at the paper, saw the signature, and nodded. "All right, we will update her file," one of them said before walking out. Olivia walked slowly towards her with a small smile. "Ma, don't worry. I've paid for your treatment." Veronica broke into tears. "My child, how will I ever thank you? You don't even know me." Olivia sat on a small chair beside her. "Ma, don't worry. You will be discharged in 2 days. Do you have anywhere to stay?" Veronica shook her head slowly. "No, my child. Nowhere." Olivia smiled softly. "Then come and stay with me for now. Just for a short time." Veronica covered her face with shaky hands and cried, "God bless you. God bless you, my child." "Thank you. Thank you." Olivia touched her shoulder gently. "Rest now, Ma. Everything will be okay." She picked her small bag, stood up and said, "Good night, Ma. I will see you tomorrow." Then she left the ward and walked home, not knowing that the next 2 days would bring a surprise she never expected. A whole week passed. Josiah sat alone inside a quiet hotel room. The room was quiet, but his heart was not. His plan had been simple: come home, find his mother, take her abroad, and marry Vanessa. But now, everything was broken. He leaned forward on the bed, holding his head in both hands. "God, what is happening? Where is my mother?" he whispered. His mind went back to what happened the very day he arrived from the airport. That day, he went straight to the old house where he and his mother once lived. When he knocked, a stranger opened the door. "Good afternoon, sir. Please, I am looking for my mother," Josiah said. The man frowned. "Your mother? This house has new tenants. The old woman who was here left months ago. The landlord chased her out." Josiah felt his chest tighten. "Chased her out? Why?" "I sent money. Why would she be chased out?" The man shrugged his shoulders. "The landlord said she did not pay rent for months." Josiah could not breathe for a moment. All the money he sent, all the trust he had, Everything he believed. Gone. He rushed to the landlord's house at once. "Sir, where is my mother? Why did you send her out?" "I sent money through Vanessa. She was supposed to pay rent every month," Josiah said, almost shaking. The landlord looked surprised. "Young man, the old woman told me the same thing, but I did not see any money. That girl, Vanessa, she never paid a dime. She left one day with another man. People said she started dating him long ago." The landlord shook his head. "Your mother begged me. She tried. But she had no money. I had no choice." Josiah felt something break inside him. He whispered softly, "Mother, how much did you suffer because of me?" The landlord continued, "People said she slept anywhere she could, sometimes by roadside shops. I don't know where she is. Nobody knows where she is now." Josiah could not believe his ears. Vanessa betrayed him. His mother suffered alone. And now, she was missing. That memory still burned his heart as he sat alone in the hotel room. He clenched his fists together. "I will find her. Even if it takes everything in me, I will find her." Early that morning, he picked up his phone again. He called old friends from the neighborhood. He called old church members. He called old shopkeepers who knew his mother. "Please, have you seen my mother? Do you know where she is? Please, anything. Any small information." But every answer was the same. "No, we have not seen her in a long time." Still, Josiah refused to give up. He called his driver. "Go around the whole area. Ask people. Check the streets. Check abandoned places. Anywhere poor people may hide. Please, do not rest until you find something." The driver nodded. "Yes, sir. I will search everywhere." When nothing came up, Josiah went to the police station and reported the case. He gave them every detail: his mother's name, age, old pictures, even the day he was told she left the house. The police told him they would try their best. Meanwhile, in a tiny one-room apartment across the city, life was slowly changing for two people. Veronica was now living with Olivia. The room was small but warm. The bed was tiny but clean. Life was hard but peaceful. Every morning, Olivia woke up early, prepared Veronica's medicine, and made sure she ate before leaving for work. "Ma, please take your drugs at the right time, okay? I will come back early today." Veronica nodded with a weak smile. "Thank you, my child. May God bless you." When Olivia left, Veronica stayed alone in the small room. She ate slowly, she took her medicine, and she rested, little by little, getting stronger. She often looked around the room with quiet tears. How did a stranger become the only person who cares for me? My son, if only you knew where I am. Even though life was tough, the house was filled with quiet peace, something Veronica had not felt in a long time. One morning, as the sun slowly rose over the city, Josiah sat on his hotel bed with tired eyes. He had barely slept. Suddenly, his phone rang. He picked it up quickly. "Hello?" A calm voice spoke on the other end. "Mr. Josiah, this is the police. We could find your mother yet, but we traced her last physical record to a small local hospital in a remote part of the city." Josiah stood up at once, his voice shaking. "A hospital? I am coming now." He hung up and rushed out of the room. "Driver, take me to the police station, hurry!" When they arrived at the police station, two officers got into the SUV with him. "Sir, we will follow you to the area. It is far, but we will get there." Josiah nodded, anxiety eating deep inside him. The drive was long. They passed busy roads, then quiet streets, then dusty paths. His hands kept shaking on his lap. "Mother, please be safe. Please," he whispered. By afternoon, they finally arrived at the small clinic. Inside, they met Matron Grace at the reception desk. Josiah stepped forward, his voice urgent. "Good afternoon, Ma. Please. We are looking for my mother. Her name is Veronica. This is her picture." Matron Grace collected the picture and stared at it. Her eyes widened. She remembered. Yes, I remember this woman. She was brought here days ago, very sick. One of our nurses found her. "Please wait a moment," she said. She walked to the patient record shelf, pulled out a thick file, and checked the hospital register. Her finger moved slowly down the list of names. Then she stopped. Her eyes widened. Yes, here it is. Her name is Veronica. She was admitted here weeks ago. She lifted her head and looked at Josiah again. I remember her now. She was very sick. One of our newly employed nurses found her on the road. Josiah's heart jumped. Where is she now? Please, is she still fine? Matron Grace nodded gently. Yes, she is alive. Nurse Olivia, a very kind girl, found her, paid her bills from her own salary, and later took her to stay in her house. Your mother is with her now. Josiah froze, shocked. A stranger did all that? She saved her, she paid for her, and took her home? Matron Grace nodded again. Yes, Olivia has a good heart. We are lucky to have her here. Josiah swallowed hard, tears forming in his eyes. Please, where can I find them? Where is this Olivia? Matron Grace replied, Today is Olivia's off-duty day. She is not here. But wait, let me check her staff records for her home address. She walked into her office again, opened Olivia's application form, and found the address. Here it is. This is where she lives. Josiah bowed in deep gratitude. Thank you, Ma. Thank you so much. He turned to the officers. Let's go. Now. Meanwhile, not far away, in a small one-room apartment, Olivia and Veronica sat side by side on the small bed, sharing a simple meal of rice and stew. Veronica smiled softly. My daughter, thank you. You saved me. May God bless you. Olivia touched her hand. Ma, don't worry. You will be fine. Just then, they heard a knock on the door. Both women turned toward the door. Olivia stood up confused. Who could that be? She opened the door slightly. Standing there was a handsome young man in a suit, with 2 police officers behind him. The man gave a gentle greeting. Good afternoon, Ma. My name is Josiah. Please, are you Olivia? Olivia blinked in surprise. Yes, I am Olivia. Before she could ask anything else, Veronica heard the voice. Her eyes widened. Her body trembled. She stood up slowly and whispered, Josiah? My son, is that you? Josiah turned toward the voice. Their eyes met. Both froze. Both shook. Tears filled both their eyes at the same time. Mother, Josiah whispered. My son, Veronica cried. They ran into each other's arms, holding each other tight, crying like children. Olivia stood by the side, her hand over her chest, smiling through her own tears. Veronica sobbed. Josiah wiped her tears gently. Mother, I'm here now. I will never leave you again. Let's go. Come with me. He held her carefully and tried to lead her out. But Veronica held his hand. Wait. Please. She pointed at Olivia. I want her to come with us. She took me in. She fed me. Please, my son. Let her come. Olivia shook her head. Ma, it's okay. I need to go to work. I can't leave my job just like that. But Josiah stepped forward. His voice was gentle and full of gratitude. Olivia, I owe you my life. You saved my mother when I could not reach her. Please, come with us. If you follow us, I can help you get a better job in a big hospital. I mean it, please. Olivia's eyes widened. Tears filled her eyes again. You would do that for me? Yes, Josiah said softly. Please let me help you the way you helped my mother. Olivia covered her mouth as tears dropped. Okay, I will come. Veronica smiled, crying softly. God bless you both. Together they all left the small apartment and followed Josiah to the hotel. He prepared a suite for them. 3 weeks passed quickly. Life had changed in ways none of them expected. Josiah had found a very nice apartment where he planned to stay until he returned abroad with his mother. It was clean, bright, and safe. A big change from the pain his mother suffered in the past. He also kept his promise to Olivia. He got Olivia a good nursing job in a bigger hospital in the city. The job came with a well-furnished apartment, clean bed, gas cooker, small fridge, good lighting, everything she never had before. When Olivia walked into the place for the first time, she covered her mouth with her hands and whispered, Is this really mine? Josiah smiled gently. Yes, You deserve it. Thank you for helping my mother when she had no one. He didn't stop there. He also sent money to Olivia's parents, enough to clear their debts and even start a small business. Olivia cried when she heard what he did. Thank you, sir. You don't know how much this means to my family. Josiah replied softly, Please don't call me sir. Just call me Josiah. Meanwhile, Josiah had learned everything that Vanessa did, how she lied, how she stole his money, and how she left his mother to suffer. He was angry. Deep, painful anger. One morning he walked into the police station. I want to report a case. I have evidence. The police collected the papers and nodded. We will handle it, sir. Leave everything to us. Josiah walked out feeling hurt but relieved. Later that week, Josiah sat with Veronica in the living room. Mother, I want you to come abroad with me. Life will be better there. I will take good care of you. Veronica sighed softly. My son. Are you sure? Josiah held her hand. Yes, Mum, I just want you close. I don't ever want to lose you again. Veronica nodded slowly. If I am with you, then I am fine. Let us go. Josiah began preparing her travel papers immediately. One afternoon, Veronica sat beside her son. Josiah, what about your plans for a wife? Do you have someone in mind? Josiah looked away. Mother, I don't know. After what Vanessa did, I don't even want to think of love again. Veronica smiled. Forget Vanessa. She was not for you. But Olivia, that girl is good. She works hard. She has a kind heart. Think about her. Josiah shook his head quickly. No, Mother. I don't even know her well. I can't just fall in love with her like that. Veronica touched his shoulder gently. Then get to know her. Talk to her. See who she truly is. Josiah said nothing. But that night, he kept thinking. The next day, Josiah invited Olivia for dinner. She wore a simple dress and her smile filled the room. During dinner, they talked about her life, her dreams, her struggles, and his own journey. Josiah found himself laughing, listening, and feeling something he did not expect. In weeks that followed, they spoke more often. Sometimes at Josiah's apartment, sometimes in a quiet park, sometimes in a restaurant, and slowly, after a month, without meaning to, a small seed of love began to grow. One evening, Josiah sat alone in his room thinking deeply. Why am I feeling this way again? After everything Vanessa did? Why Olivia? Why now? But he also knew the truth. He could not deny how he felt. He walked to his mother's room and sat beside her. Mother, I think I like Olivia. I don't know why, but I feel something. Veronica smiled warmly. Follow your heart, my son. Leave the past behind. Open your heart again. You deserve joy. Josiah nodded slowly. Days later, Josiah and Olivia were taking a walk in a small garden behind his apartment. Suddenly, Josiah stopped walking. Olivia, there is something I want to say. She turned to him. What is it, Josiah? He took a deep breath. I think I have feelings for you. Real feelings. I didn't expect this. I didn't plan it. But it's there. Olivia's eyes widened. She looked down, shy and unsure. Josiah, I feel something too. But I don't know if it can work. You just went through a big heartbreak. Josiah stepped closer. I know, but I have decided to give love another chance. And I want that chance. With you. Olivia looked into his eyes. Silence. Then she whispered, I feel the same. Josiah pulled her gently into a warm embrace. Something new had begun. Something hopeful. Something neither of them planned. 2 weeks later, news spread across the city. Vanessa had been arrested. The police had gathered enough evidence from Josiah and from their investigation. They went to the place where Vanessa was staying. The moment she saw the officers approaching, her new man ran away, leaving her behind. The man didn't look back. He simply disappeared. The police handcuffed her. Vanessa, you are under arrest for fraud and theft, the officer said. She broke into tears. But it was too late. She had to face the consequences of everything she did. Meanwhile, Josiah and his mother received good news. Veronica's travel papers were ready. Josiah held the documents and smiled. "Mother, everything is set. Are you ready to travel? We can leave soon." Veronica looked at him with a calm smile. "My son, what about Olivia? You two are good for each other. Let me stay for now." Josiah nodded slowly. "Mother, I actually had a plan. I want to take Olivia with us when we travel." Veronica's face brightened. "Then hurry up with the plans, my son. She is a good girl. Don't delay." Josiah smiled. A week later, Josiah took a big step. He planned a small surprise in the garden where they always took walks. Soft lights were placed around the flowers. The evening breeze was calm. Olivia walked in, confused. "Josiah, what is happening? Why does this place look so beautiful?" Josiah held her hands gently. "Olivia, from the first day you helped my mother, you changed my life. You gave me peace. You gave my mother hope. And you brought love back into my heart." Olivia's eyes softened. "Josiah." He slowly went down on one knee. "Olivia, will you marry me?" Her hands flew to her face, tears filling her eyes. "Yes. Yes, Josiah. I will marry you." He placed the ring on her finger and she hugged him tightly. A few days later, they went to Olivia's family house. Her parents and siblings gathered in the small living room. Josiah stood before them politely and made his intention known. He wanted to marry their daughter. Olivia's father looked at him quietly. "Young man, are you sure? Marriage is not a small thing." Josiah nodded. "Yes, sir. I promise with all my heart." Olivia's mother smiled at Veronica. "Your family is kind. We are happy to accept." Veronica also spoke. "Your daughter saved my life. She is now my daughter too. We will take good care of her." Olivia's parents nodded happily. And with that, the families agreed. 2 months later, the wedding held. It was simple but beautiful. There were bright flowers, soft music, happy tears, and smiles everywhere. Josiah looked proud. Olivia looked like a new light had entered her life, and Veronica thanked God for bringing joy back to her home. After the celebration, Josiah, Olivia, and Veronica packed their bags. They said goodbye to everyone. Then they boarded a plane together, a new chapter, a new life, a journey filled with hope, peace, and love. And this time, Veronica was not alone. Olivia was not struggling anymore. And Josiah's heart had healed. Together, they started a new beginning. 2 weeks after they settled into their new home abroad, life began to feel calm again. The nights were peaceful and the days were quiet. One evening, as Josiah and Olivia relaxed in their bedroom, Olivia looked at her husband with gentle eyes. She knew there was still one thing weighing on his heart. She touched his hand softly. "Josiah, there is something I want to talk about," she said. He turned to her. "What is it, my love?" Olivia took a deep breath. "It's about Vanessa." Josiah's face tightened a little. The wound was still fresh. Olivia held his hand tighter. "I know she hurt you. I know she caused your mother so much pain. And I know she does not deserve forgiveness." Josiah looked down quietly. Olivia continued. "But forgiveness is not for her. It is for you. Letting go will help your heart heal. You cannot carry anger into this new chapter of your life. You deserve peace, Josiah. Real peace." Her voice was calm and full of love. "Forgive her. Not because she earned it, but because you want to be free." Josiah sat in silence for a long moment. Her words sank deep into his heart. Slowly, his eyes softened. "Olivia, you are right. I have been holding on to this pain for too long. I will let it go." She smiled and rested her head on his shoulder. "I'm proud of you," she whispered. The next day, Josiah contacted the police and officially withdrew all charges against Vanessa. It was not for her sake, but for his own peace. And as he signed the case withdrawal document and sent it to the police officer through email, he felt a weight lift off his heart. A new chapter had truly begun. Moral lesson: life can change in one moment. Sometimes the people we trust may disappoint us, and the people we never knew may become our greatest blessing. Kindness has a power that money cannot buy. When you help someone without expecting anything in return, destiny always finds a way to reward you. And most importantly, forgiveness is not a gift to the person who hurt you. It is a gift you give to yourself, so your heart can be free and your future can be bright. My dear viewers, what lesson did you learn from this story? Share your thoughts in the comment section. I would really love to read from you. And in just a few days, I will upload another very interesting story that I know you will enjoy. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on your notification bell so you will be notified the moment the new story drops. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit the like button and please share it with your friends so they can enjoy it too. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate you. God bless you and see you in the next story.